Hey, it's Wednesday, which means it's new comic book day, and yeah, the new comic books are hitting the shelves digitally, physically, like all over the world. It's pretty awesome. It's new comic book day, which is like the best day of the week. DC has hooked us up with 2 trade paperbacks, the first volume of New Superman and the third volume of the DC Superhero Girls. So let's discuss. We'll go with New Superman first. So the series written by Luen Yang, and then art by Viktor Bogdanovic. Volume 1, made in China. It collects issues 1 through 6 of this new series. It is an interesting series. Basically, China goes and creates their own version of the Justice League with Superman, with their own version of Superman, their own version of Batman, their own version of Wonder Woman. And it is a fascinating series. This is one that you would read and you'd debate about for a really, really long time. At first, when I read the first 1 or 2 issues, I really thought Luen Yang, who's an amazing writer, was doing kind of like a treatise on IP, intellectual property, and copyright and all that, and how there's tons of knockoffs in China. Then it shifts a little bit, and he just goes full throat, taking on China and its at times oppressive government with talks of democracy and all that, which is very subversive and kind of crazy. I'm kind of surprised that this was the direction that everyone was like, yeah, let's go with this. So the series has really surprised me in that way, in a good way. It's full of tons of humor. Luen Yang is a fantastic writer in that. He does a great mix of humor within the stories, and I think this is just a really, really cool series. This is a different take on superheroes. It's new characters, it's a new direction, it's a new location, and I kind of wish the location played maybe a little bit more into it. It feels kind of generic, but the story that he's telling is definitely not. This is not a story that works if you were just put it into the United States or Europe or really any other country. This touches upon a lot of things that make China unique, and in that way, I think this series soars. It does a fantastic job, and it is fascinating. The art is interesting. It took a little bit to grow on me. You can check it out. But by the end of it, I really liked it, and I didn't notice it. So it took me a little bit. Batman's a little bit pudgier than the normal Batman. That kind of threw me off. The faces, they don't look ethnic enough, if that makes sense. It just doesn't quite look Chinese. It looks a little bit more generic in the style, but that's the art style in general. So I think that's kind of that threw me off a little bit too. But by the end of this first volume, this first trade, and a couple issues, and really, it's not something I notice anymore. I just really enjoyed the style, the flow, the action. It's a good team up between Yang and Bogdanovic. The combo, it really works and works well. As far as extras, we've got covers. There's always those color covers, and we get some in the back, and we also get variants. So this would be a good kind of, so I know this isn't, yeah, so this is by Viktor Bogdanovic. This is what I'm saying when it comes to the character itself. This one here is, it just doesn't, it just kind of looks like a generic superhero. But kind of compare that to the art on the left, or on this other side. I guess it would be my right, your left. It looks a little bit more ethnic and more Chinese, like you would expect. So that was probably my only issue when it comes to the art. I do like it, though. It's grown on me a lot. The final page, there is a lot of sketches and kind of variations of the characters, which is pretty neat to see. But overall, this is a cool volume. I like it. If you haven't checked out the series, if you want to kind of try a new comic book series, give something a chance that's new and different, but want to stick in the superhero genre, this is really, really well. For 1 through 6, it's $16.99. It's a pretty good deal. You can go get this now out in comic book shops. Now we got the third volume, DC Superhero Girls Summer Olympus, written by Shea, Fontana, and illustrated by Yancey, Labat, who is the team that's brought us, I think, the last 2 volumes. Same exact team. This is $9.99. It's an original graphic novel aimed towards fans of DC Superhero Girls, and I'm a fan of DC Superhero Girls. Yes, I'm a 38-year-old white man, but I've enjoyed everything they've put out when it comes to the cartoons and the comics. They're cute, they're fun, they're geared towards kids, but I still enjoy them. I really appreciate what they're doing and how they're doing it. You know, I can't really recommend it enough is the best way of putting it. The story is basically Wonder Woman gets invited to go to Mount Olympus and visit her father. Their mystery grows during summer vacation. All the characters are in their different locations and eventually comes together. It's fun, it's entertaining, it's great for kids. I'd probably say like young teens, maybe to like 10, no, not really, I would even go a little bit younger, like 7 to 12 is probably good, maybe 13 or 14 at most is the older age. I think those kids would probably grow out of this a little bit, but younger kids who want superheroes that you're okay with reading them punching things, stuff like that. This is good. It's got good lessons about teamwork, about friendship and sisterhood and working together. There's good humor about it, and none of it's too scary or too violent. This is like a good intro superhero series for kids that want to get into superhero comics. So overall, I just like it. I like it a lot. I highly recommend it. The art is pretty much the typical art that you'd expect from it. Like, this is the style of the cartoon series. This is the style of the toys that are out and every other comic that's been released. They really haven't strayed from that at all, which is cool to see it pretty consistent. As far as kind of just a collection, I think this is great. For $9.99, you get like 124 pages of entertainment, of comic, and this is a great one to pick up. I recommend both of these. These are actually both buys this week. Again, I want to thank DC Comics for hooking us up with these. Now, I say that because I want you to make your decision of how full of it am I when it comes to recommendations, because we did get this for free. If you want to get these, you should go to your local comic book shop. You can go find if you have a local comic book shop near you with the link beneath this video. You put in your zip code and you'll see if a shop is there. If there is not a shop, we do have some links beneath this video. They're affiliate links, so we do get a small percentage of that. Yeah, so by purchasing through those affiliate links, you do help support our site. Thank you very much. Now, if you're into DC Superhero Girls or New Superman or DC Comics or comics in general, you should check us out every single day at graphicpolicy.com. We're on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, all at Graphic Policy, keeping it nice and consistent. So until next time, keep reading those comics and keep it geeky. Hey, thanks for watching the previous video from Graphic Policy Television. Just by watching, you help support our site. Thank you so much. Now, if you're watching these videos, you probably care about geeky things like movies, television, comic books, toys, games, video games, you name it. You can go and subscribe right now to our YouTube channel to stay in touch and catch all the new videos, or check out our website at graphicpolicy.com. There's a nice link on this end of the video. But as always, thank you for watching. Keep on rocking and keep it geeky.